Damn it all. If there's no respite in this cursed plane, can I have not a single moment of peace to dry my blood and mend my skin? Oh, what stranger goes there? Name yourself. I hear your movement. Ah, no stranger at all. Quite the opposite, should the truth be spoken. How are you, my dearest friend? It has been far too long. I will stand to greet you properly, but I'm afraid that I'm not in a position to do so, given the current state of my body. Of all the people I could have expected to see in this great moment, you are the only one that can make such a situation seem better. If I were to count the stars in the sky on this night, there will not be as many of them as there are blessings, and I must have to have found myself in your presence. You truly are a blessing. The greatest one I could have. The greatest blessing anyone could have. I will ask you not to speak at all if you intend to speak insults of yourself to counter my compliments. My dear friends, who I have treasured for several centuries, does not deserve to have such slander on their name. Least of all spoken by a mouth that should know better than to spill lies in such pure quality. I will be a fool to accept such an offer, as you are more adept at fixing injuries than I. However, I must disagree with you on the latter half of that statement. I refuse to allow you to argue with me anymore on the subject of your grandmother's existence. If you dare to speak another ill-intentional word of yourself, I will be forced to challenge you to a duel. But I know that you will put up a good fight against me. I will be more inclined to win as it would be done in your honor. You keep in mind that when I have fought in your name, I have not suffered a single loss. That is of little matter to me. Any matter at all. To gain more injury in pursuit of defending your honor from yourself would not harm me near as much as not defending your honor. Yes, I am aware that you are not delicate royal, and that your reputation is in no need of guarding. I have duelled with you before, if you will remember. Yet, I will still lie to defend you, because I enjoy defending you because I care about you. Protecting those I care about is what I do, after all. I will believe that you know that better than most. During all of our travels together, I believe that most of the scars I gathered were when I was fighting in defense of others, especially yourself. As I said, I am aware that you do not need anyone to protect you, least of all me. I want to protect you. It fulfills me to perform such acts for you. Yes, I know. It settles your soul to perform healing spells on the injured out in you, which, admittedly, I have always found out since you are a battle match above all else, and your healing spells leave much to be desired. Oh, calm down yourself. That is my only good arm at the moment. I pray that you do not injure it any further. I simply meant that while you are proficient in your spellcasting, your abilities with mending broken bone and flesh are among your weaker abilities. Sometimes, I dare say, they may even cause more pain than relief. Hey, wait. I promise not to mock your skills anymore. Though your talent on the battlefield is renowned far and wide, your healing abilities are just as worthy of praise. I promise not to complain of them anymore, especially since they have helped me so many times in the past. And hopefully, my dear hardy friends, if it, they shall light me again tonight. Oh, why should you help me? Oh, what a cruel injury you posed to me. Do I not seem worthy of your assistance? Do you enjoy seeing me in pain? Do you rebel in my agony? Are you truly so delighted by the sign of injury inflicted upon me, your oldest and dearest friend? Of course I enjoy hearing myself talk. I have a wonderful voice, don't you think? Very pleasing to the ear. I haven't told. It is only one of the many reasons you should help me, as well as this exquisite face and sophisticated sense of humor. You might be correct about my abundance in confidence, but I know that is just one more thing that you treasure me for. It's not for my persistence and charm. I doubt I will ever sway your opinion of me and we will have gone our separate ways, enemies in the coldest of ways. Instead, here we are, close as the petals of the sunflower. And I think I much prefer it that way. Of all the companions I have met, could have met, and might meet in the future, you are the one to whom I am most loyal. It is you who I guard before all others, just as I am who you will help first. Am I right? Yes? Oh, and so the heart in your chest beats after all. No stone or ice in place of a warm organ after all. Expression on your face tell me I should stop making jets at your expense and given my infinite knowledge and your expressions. I say to use that since I have only barely convinced you to help me. What should I do to best assist you in your casting? Moving where the moonlight will help you see certainly sounds better than having you take blind stabs in the dark. However, I am afraid that my current state of injury means that I will need assistance in moving. Could you... Oh, fuck. Damn. Would it have been too much to ask that if we were made immortal, we were also granted a release from pain? How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I will still be humble, even without pain, to reinforce the idea. After all, I doubt you will stop pushing me around, even if I couldn't help feel it. We're here, you say? Very well. Then help me sit down once again so you have your hands free to work. I have not realized the moon be full tonight. I see what you mean about being able to see better with the moonlight. By all the heavenly courts above, you are just as enchanting as the last time I saw you. I say I have said nothing. Perhaps it was the whisper of the wind in the tree branches. Oh, remove my shirt? Here in the open, where anyone could stumble upon us? Oh, how vulgar of you! This was sort of... there's no need to go flicking my nose or having a little fun. It was just an attempt to lighten the mood. Fine then. You think the mood is suitable lighten? Then I suppose I shall remove my shirt as you demand. You are staring at me oddly. Is there an issue with my injuries? Okay, yes, I'm ready. So long as there is nothing disturbing you about my injury. Alright, so long as you are sure. For a moment, it simply seemed as though you felt something was off. Are you certain that... Fine. I'll be done with my questions. Go ahead. Work your magic on my so broken body. Damn it. By all the hells, I forgot how much this hurt. If nothing else, the pain of your magic leaves quicker than a snowflake in the summer sun. Not to mention how flawless your results are. I doubt I shall even have any permanent marks from today's events. It seems that the spell took a great amount of your energy. Here, have some water in my flask. Take a drink. Heavenly course, now you need it. Oh, your hands are shaking so fervently, it seems you might not have the strength to hold the flask on your own. I will hold it for you instead. Would it be alright if I were to pose a question on you? I saw you were staring at me earlier. Do not try to deny it. You know what I'm speaking of. You did not look away from me until I spoke up to get your attention. I was so fascinated about my body that you were so entranced by it. Clearly, it was not nothing. You were looking at me in a way that I have never seen you look at me before. I do not know what that look meant, and I need you to tell me why you directing such a gaze at me. That faraway look in your eyes scared me. You look so sorrowful for a moment that I feel the pain of it in my own chest. I cannot go on without knowing what it means, and I need you to tell me. My scars? Is that what caused your inquisitive eyes? Simple scar tissue? My scars worry you? Truly? You have seen me with the scars since the beginning of our time together. I did not think that you knew me when I did not have any scars. The new scars? But I am gaining new scars all the time. Knives, swords, explosives. Anything and everything can be a weapon in the right hands. And it is impossible to avoid those weapons and the hands that wield them all the time. I know that you do not like me being in a place where you cannot heal me. Jesus, I do not enjoy the thought of you being somewhere I cannot protect you. I'm sure that you have not been completely safe in our time apart, either. Do you truly not have any more scars than when we last met? No new injuries after all the millennia we spent in this ruthless war? Different? In what way do you mean? Different types of scars of different causes of them. Where? Where are your scars? I cannot see any, but surely you must have just as many as I have. I've only been about your hands. What has happened to them? These scars. By the liars of all hells, your blood runs like rainwater as we speak. How long have you been bleeding? In your back are the bandages. Allow me to grab them. Well, better yet, you're able to cast healing spells on yourself, yes? You could repair these injuries. Your magic? It caused this? It was what hurt you in this manner? But how? Why? Your magic is injuring you. The very one who wields it. How can it possibly be doing this? Here, allow me. I will go fetch the salve and bandages from your bag. I will bandage them for you while you tell me what your magic seeks to betray your body. So, this condition you are suffering from is a result of exhaustion, then? An illness born of a need for rest, with one of the symptoms being that the cracking power that you possess turned against you and last shot? It is attacking you, and with time it will destroy you? Then it is every time you use your powers, no matter what you use them for? So just a few moments ago, when you put your hands on me and cast your spell that hurt you. That was why your hands were bleeding and flickers and your magic snapped against your skin. Why did you heal me if it hurt you? You should have told me of your condition. I would have no better than to ask you to perform a spell for me. I cannot even die. I had no need for such healing magic. Me being in pain is no reason to receive healing if it's only going to end up putting you in pain. I could have handled the pain. You should have just told me to handle it myself. I know I would have been a brat about it, but if you just have told me of the situation at hand, I would have understood. You should have just told me, and I will not pressure the issue. Why am I panicking? Why am I panicking? Because I cannot guard you from this illness. I cannot protect you from the wreckage your own body and mind force upon you. That terrifies me more than I can possibly begin to explain to you or myself. Do you know the wretched ways that I feel upon hearing that you, the one who I hold dearest, the one closest in my head and heart, are in pain and agony? Do you know how harshly it acts, and I cannot help you? You are the one who I have sworn to protect above all others, myself included. And yet I am powerless to ease your pain. How else could I feel besides weak and useless? No, it is actually not fine. None of this is fine because you are on the verge of breaking down under the weight of your own existence, and I cannot begin to think of how to help you. I have not a single idea of how I can heal you like you can heal me. My heart aches at the sign of your pain. The way you are suffering brings me to the edge of despair and attempts to pull me over. To think that you may succumb to agony and become an eternally writhing corpse, that it's only alive because of this rage cursed at us immortality. Even the thought of that could send me to madness. If I am to live knowing that how I cannot ease the torture that you endure, then I would rather not live at all. Why? Why? Because I love you. I love you with a heart that beats to the rhythm of the shifting sands of time. And that same heart finds that every second is better spent at your side. I love you with a mind that has no the creation and destruction of entire civilizations, and that same mind prefers to remember the briefest of moments we have spent together. I love you with a soul that has wandered this airplane for longer than life has existed. And that same soul knows the meaning of life best only when it's in the presence of yours. Does that explain the situation to you? Or do you need me to phrase it in some other way that might explain my emotions better? Will my message be clearer to you if I say that I would rather be a hole in my chest than there be tears in your hands? That if I say that I would gladly trade our positions in a heartbeat? That I will take all the pain you are experiencing simply so you do not have to? I love you with my entire being, yet I am helpless to ease your pain in the slightest while you suffer, and that is why none of this is fine. Yes, I love you. That is what I want. That is what I have to say several times over. Did you know here? Mm. Oh, you just kissed me. Yes, I know, but you kissed me. You actually kissed me. Of course, I was caught by surprise. I did not expect you to do something like that. Not with me, at least. It is not that I did not consider the possibility of you returning my feelings. I simply did not think that we will ever discuss the nature of our relationship so openly. Even when I imagine confessing my love for you, I cannot say that this is what I pictures. I suppose I thought we would be somewhere more romantic. Maybe some of the ruins we used to travel through. Maybe during sunset, with the rays of the setting sun turning the land gold and shining so beautiful in your eyes. I am not an idealist. I am just a romantic at heart. Is that really so bad? Oh, hush. You should be thankful that I'm such a poet. And kiss me again. Mm. Mm. My love, what has hurt you? You were not trying to use your magic, were you? What the hell does that scare me? Do those happen often? Those flashes of pain? Is there anything that I can help to ease it? Anything that can reverse these effects? Then, given enough time without casting spells or otherwise using magic, you will heal completely. Your magic would eventually calm and settle, so you might begin to recover. That is wonderful. I am thrilled to hear that. I had not expected the solution to be so simple. This is excellent news. So long as you are about casting spells, you will be as right as a rain. Well, fine, yeah. I admit that I have thought that it was causing you to fall into a state of living ruin. Can you blame me? Look at the wretched state your hands are in. I have seen ash-covered kingdoms and dry-up oceans that look more like they belong to the world of the living. Of course I remember that we are immortal. When I thought about existing in a world where you ceased to be, everything I knew fell out of place and dragged me down with. My sense was lost on the wind, and I was unable to grab it before my mouth found the words of my heart. A fool in love will think with their heart before their mind, and as you can tell, that is precisely what I did. A supposed stoic as I should be. Yes, I suppose I am your fool. But I hope you enjoy me for more than my incredible sense of humor. Oh, for much more than my humor? For curiosity's sake, what are these charming traits of mine? I would very much like to hear them. Good kisser, am I? Well, I cannot say that I'm not happy to hear that coming from you. In fact, I am very happy to hear that from you, and I'm willing to offer you a kiss whenever you decide. Right now? But of course, love. As I say, whenever you wish, I am willing. Mm. Please, just promise me that we will always be together. Even when we aren't on the same land. Even when the oceans seem fit to separate us. Even when we watch different constellations travel across the night sky. Through all of it, we shall be together. If not in our physical bodies, then inside of our hearts. I want you with me wherever I go, even if only in my kindest dreams. I wish for you to find a home in my thoughts, and for you to allow me a place in yours. I want you and I to exist together, just how we always have. Of course I will always be you, and always me beside you. That is something I will not argue with, not argue about. Our place is together even if we are farther than we dare to imagine or lost to the crashing waves of time. But so long as we gaze at even a few of the same stars, nay, even a single one, then we are together. For you will always have a part of me that I'll never wish to have back. And I hope that is something you hold dear. Mm. 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 Dear love, while I'm enjoying each and every touch of your lips against mine, your exhaustion is beginning to show through. We can continue this later, but for the moment, you need to rest. You cannot heal with a body too tired for such a tremendous act. No arguing. I know you well, and I can see the way your body craves rest. As I say, we can continue this when you wake. For now, lay your head in my lap and trust me to watch over you. No arguing. Come, lay down and rest your head in my lap, so I might provide you some comfort while you sleep. See? Is this not nice? Well, if that is the case, my love, then my danger approaches if I dares to separate us. If death is to find us tonight, may she find us together. If we are to finally lose to her after these many aeons, might we be at each other's sides when we fall. If our immortality is to give way to a mortal end, then my final moments shall be spent in bliss, because I have you here with me. If I am to die, then I'm glad to have done it while protecting you. If you are the one speaking those words, then I shall believe them wholeheartedly. Tonight is ours, and no one might steal it from us. Only the moon might see where we lie, and the moon is an excellent keeper of secrets. It has guarded ours for so long now, and I suspect it shall continue to do so for many aeons to come. So, my dearest love, let us enjoy the privacy it grants us, and enjoy this time we have together.